On August 24th of 2024, there was an event being held, a high school event, cross country at the sports park down here south of us. And during that event, Ferris here, who's behind me, went into sudden cardiac arrest. And several people that were around him or were aware of the circumstance jumped in and provided aid in a manner that was able to allow multiple others to join in his recovery and in bringing his life back to where it was at some point, and not all the way 100%, but getting there. And so I was not there, and so I want to turn the time over to the many people that were able to help him. And tonight we have Krista Taylor here, and she was one of many that saved Ferris's life in the park that day. And so I want to turn the time over to Krista to share her accountance of what happened there at the park prior to EMS arrival. And then I'm going to turn the time over after Krista to Chris Shields, who will share after Ferris was at the hospital and what happened there to get his recovery back to being able to be at home with his family. So Krista, I'll turn the time over to you.
Thank you for having me. My name is Krista Taylor. I am a certified athletic trainer, and I teach at Maple Mountain High School. I teach all of the medical classes, particularly the class that's probably the most poignant to this scenario is the emergency medical responder class. I worked as the head athletic trainer for the last 10 years at Maple Mountain High School, and then this year I stepped away to just teach full-time, but as you can imagine, a tight-knit community of athletic trainers, we help each other out, and so I just volunteered to come and help with a very large cross-country meet. And so, yeah, we did what we've done for years and years and years, and that is just put a strong team of medical providers together to be able to handle any emergency if it comes. Usually we worry about heat illness, but in this case, we were happy to have all the equipment we needed for cardiac events. So, yeah, we get together at 4 a.m. prepping everything. We prep the night before, also in the middle of football games and everything. And we get together 4 a.m., start filling coolers, try to get the cool tubs, everything ready. And then when the first gun goes off, we're ready, and there was 8 certified athletic trainers there that day helping. So I'm just one of many. So I am, we're all part of this together. It takes a team. But yeah, so thankfully, due to some people noticing that there was a medical emergency, they hollered over to the tent where I was kind of stationed, and I ran over with 2 BYU students. And when I got there, I noticed that a Spanish Fork athlete, I heard him announce starting CPR, and I was like, oh, I was informed that this was a seizure, so I was kind of a little surprised. While I was running over to the event, I called Rory, who's the Spanish Fork High athletic trainer, and I said, hey, it sounds like we've got a seizure. Do you want to come meet me over there? He was driving in a golf cart around, keeping an eye on athletes, and so he drove over to meet me. I take over the scene from the Spanish Fork athlete. I check pulse, notice there is no pulse, open the airway, don't get a few agonal breaths, and then recognize that CPR is what is needed. So we start CPR. At about the same time, I do about 4-5 compressions, and then and they take an agonal breath, and so I kind of second guessed myself for a second. And then right at that same time, an EMT who was from Uinta, just there with her team, came over and recognized that we could tag team it. So she's like, I'll take over compressions. At that time, Rory shows up and assembles a mask. I'm doing breathing. We're getting the AED. We're able to get the AED in place pretty darn quickly. It administers a shock. We give about 2 minutes of CPR, and then it administers another shock. And then by that point, the ambulance crew came. It was the quickest response I've ever seen in my 10 years here. So it was pretty fantastic. So thankfully, it was a wonderful outcome. So it was really a team effort. Everyone should be hailed for their efforts. It was not, no one's a hero. We're all heroes together. That's how we're successful. So yeah.
Thank you,
you.
Krista.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for that. Where did the AED come from?
Rory
Is it
had it on the
Rory?
golf cart with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
So yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Krista?
No, great job.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krista. That was an awesome experience. So grateful that they were there. First of all, before I start, I just want to, if I can have the first responders, the bystanders that are here today, that were involved with Ferris and saving his life, if I can have them come up and just stand here in the
Please.
front.
Yes.
Awesome.
And same with EMS. Any EMS providers that were there on the call, if I can have you also come up. We want to make sure that you are up front and center.
Yes.
Yes, Cat Labs and Dr. Rice would be awesome. Up as well. I know that there is more of you than that. Yes. Thanks, you guys, for coming up. We didn't warn you before, huh? So, good evening, Spanish City Council and Mayor Mendenhall behind here, and good evening to everyone here. It is a wonderful thing to be here and to be able to celebrate the celebration of life. I am the Director of EMS Relations for HCA Healthcare here in Utah County, and I am proud to represent the incredible team that was involved in Ferris's care, including our administration from Mountain View Hospital here, and our ED physician, our ED nurse, and our ED cath lab that was here as well. Where did our nurse go? Come on up. Gotta have an ED nurse up here. It is truly an honor and privilege to say a few words today. So today we gather to celebrate something truly extraordinary, the gift of life and the heroes who stepped forward to save it. Tonight we honor Ferris Child and the courageous individuals who made that life-saving difference that day. Ferris, that day at the track and field event, you had no idea how dramatically your life would instantly change. But here we are celebrating an outcome that may have been a little different or a lot different if it weren't for that immediate, effective CPR, the availability of an AED, and the preparedness of those that were around. Thanks to the quick actions of bystanders and healthcare teams, you are here with us today. This story is really about hope and teamwork and the power of one moment of courage. Research shows that the survival rate for cardiac arrest victims increases dramatically when CPR is started immediately and an AED is used. CPR ensures blood flow to the vital organs, while an AED delivers a shock to restart the heart. Each minute without these interventions decreases a victim's chance of survival by 7 to 10%, making early action very critical. The combination of prompt CPR and defibrillation has been a game changer, improving survival rates to 2 to 3 times. Let's once again thank the bystanders that were willing to step up and take action. Today, we celebrate the importance of knowing CPR, using AEDs, and calling 911, skills that everyone can learn and that ultimately made the difference for Ferris that day. We also recognize the EMS team for their swift response, their quick assessment, and recognizing that Ferris was having a major heart attack. They activated the cath lab team at Mountain View Hospital and notified the emergency department of the incoming heart attack patient. Upon arrival, the ED team provided the necessary care before Ferris was taken back to the cath lab for an angiogram. It was confirmed that Ferris was indeed having a major heart attack. Given the severity, it was determined that he needed further intervention. The cath lab team and the physician that was there quickly placed a balloon pump to help his heart work more efficiently, and they quickly transferred him to St. Mark's Hospital, where he underwent a successful 5-vessel surgery bypass. That's a lot. Because of the combined efforts of bystanders, emergency responders, and medical teams, Ferris is with us today. This is a powerful reminder of the strength of community and the incredible impact that we can have when we come together in a time of need. We extend our deepest gratitude to the city of Spanish Fork for making AEDs accessible throughout the community, and to those who teach CPR and AED courses, empowering others to act in emergencies. Ferris, today we celebrate your life and those who played a part in saving it. Let this moment remind us all that life is precious, and with the right knowledge and preparedness, that each of us has the power to make a difference in other people's lives. Ferris and your family, come and meet those that saved your life. So with that, we do have some things to be able to give to the first responders. I know we don't have them all here, but at least I'll have Eddie come up and he can show and give those that are here what we do have. If you guys want to have a seat, that would be great. Except for you guys, stay here. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ferris, do you want us to share a few remarks before we do the awards first? Okay, awesome. We'll have Ferris share a few remarks, and then we'll hand out the awards.
Thank you. It's humbling to be in front of everybody, and I don't remember hardly anything, so it's wonderful to see all those who are helping me in my emergency. So thank you. I do, if it's okay, share just a couple of things. As I've reflected back on this, this has been an unexpected journey for my family and I. And I'm not sure why my life was spared when the lives of so many others are not, and I truly feel for these families. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe many miracles had to happen for me to be alive talking to you today. I believe I was in the exact right place at the exact right time with the right people placed in my path who needed to share this experience with me. So with that, I would like to thank PJ and Traven and Rory and Krista and the others that helped administer CPR, the BYU athletic training interns, the emergency medical personnel in both ambulances that were there, all the doctors and healthcare providers at the Payson Hospital, and all the doctors and the many different healthcare providers at St. Mark's Hospital. Also my home health professionals and even the pharmacist that's been helping me, and the pharmacy technicians at the Walmart pharmacy. I would also like to thank my neighbors, friends, my ward family, and those I work with for their support. My family, especially Deanna, it's been a journey for my wife, to say the least. And our children, Felicity, Caleb, Joseph, Seth, and Abby, and for all those who make up our extended family. I'm so thankful for the many prayers on my behalf and on behalf of my family. I know these prayers have been answered. Finally, I'd like to express my gratitude to my Father in heaven, our Savior, and for the Spirit that prompted those around me to act the way that they did. I'm not sure why I was spared, but I am truly grateful for all of those who helped me and my family on this journey, and for those who will continue to help me on this journey in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
What an incredible story that all of these folks are a part of, and we don't, in EMS and public safety, we don't get to see these results very often, and so kudos to everyone that acted swiftly, provided the care that they were trained to provide. Without that, there's no way that Ferris is standing here today, so I also thank you all for your quick action and your expertise in what you do. Tonight we have some recognitions that if we could have the HCA administrative staff, the fire and EMS administrative staff come up and help recognize these folks, if they would just come over here to the right side of me. Not all of the folks who have been able to be here. Our Spanish Fork team are currently at a JV football game, and they are rushing over. There was like 30 seconds left in the game, so they're rushing over here as we speak, so they will be able to meet you, Ferris, probably in the back so they can get the regular meeting going on. We would like to recognize Krista Taylor, who's here with us this evening with a Spanish Fork Fire and EMS Life-Saving Award. Chief Horting, if you'd be able to present that to her. Nice plaque that thanks her for her life-saving efforts on August 24th in Ferris's behalf. I'd also like to recognize two of our C platoon, one paramedic and our battalion chief. The others weren't able to join us this evening, but paramedic Matthew Pill and battalion chief Blake Edwards for their swift action and getting the appropriate team there quickly. So it goes to show that our fast response and our staff firehouses were within about 2.5 minutes from the time of dispatch. We arrived on scene and were able to exercise the professional care that we're able to provide as paramedics to Ferris, and so amazing crew that we have here in Spanish Fork and great expertise, so we're proud of them. Also, that we would like to recognize the other providers that were on scene, and we will give those out when they get here. But Rory Eyring, he's the Spanish Fork head trainer, Jacob McGee, PJ Merrill, Nate Madison, and Traven Elquist, who were also there. The rest of the EMS crew that was on scene that day was EMT firefighter Matt Wright, paramedic firefighter Ann Dearden, EMT firefighter Aiden Mitchell, EMT advanced Rosa Serrano, and as I said, Matthew Pill, paramedic firefighter. So we thank them and ask that you also congratulate them for their heroic effort. So thank you.
One more thing. So, as a tribute and a thank you and great work. I know we only have Krista here. We do have also awards for those bystanders that were there as well. But I'll have my admin, Trista Taylor, and I've got something for you. And then we've got Matt Peel for EMS, and Matthew, right?
Battalion Chief Blake Edwards.
Blake Edwards, Battalion Chief Blake Edwards. There we go. And then we will get the rest to those that are not here. We will make sure we do that. Thank you for this opportunity.
And I know the council would like to shake all your hands, so if you just want to start here and let the staff shake your hands for your efforts.
Over there. Yep. We always have people start with the attorney. Get that out of the way. City attorney. Yep.
Yeah, so let's do a photo up here in front of the council. I'm hoping probably that we can get everybody that was involved, so everybody that's been recognized tonight. And then, yeah, if we can go ahead and get Ferris with his family, with all of them, we'll try to put them in front of the council and take some photos.
You guys get where you need to get, Ferris and your family, and we'll have everybody. Maybe not supposed to get too close to you, right? We're trying to. Yeah. Right.
Just in time.
Yeah, they made it. Yeah.
We're going to have to get somehow a little bit closer if we can. Maybe on the ends if we can overlap a little bit. Perfect.
Now look at me. Face your bodies. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks again.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. As we heard about this story and were briefed on this story from our chiefs and from our executives at the city, it stood out to me. You got 3 levels that culminate in the miracle that Ferris talked about, and boy, that's some kids right there that were trained to help out in the immediacy, and then some trainers that had training, and then the medical professionals that show up, and so that level. All those levels just should, again, make us that much prouder that the place we live and those things happening. So thank you from the city, from the mayor, from the council. Thank you for your efforts. That's quite the miracle to be able to be a part of. So very neat stuff. Thank you all for coming.